The NFL on EA Sports is in the great state of Tennessee at Nissan Stadium here in Nashville. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Like 80. We ain't giving him nothing today.
The drive starts with a run by White. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. On second down now. It's White, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On third down, Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now White. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On second down, it's White. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. They're going on fourth down. It's Roethlisberger. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack. Well, trying to be bold on the opening drive of the game, but that effort, it proves futile.
How many times have we talked with coaches where they've talked about taking the emotion out of their decision-making? I think that opening drive, if he didn't have it in his head to go for it before, I think that keyed into it. They were doing so well, and he decided to really establish something there. They didn't get it. Now they've got to make sure that they don't lose their focus.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Let's go. My 50, my 50.
They snap it to Tannehill. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. We're scoreless after one. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out.
Hard now. Black 30.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 58 yards. As his guys are on the board first here tonight. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
The kick feels good. Makes the score Steelers 7, Titans 0.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first down carry for Henry. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
He's brought down by Ryan Shazier. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7, Tannehill. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. On first down, it's Tannehill. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. 23 yards, the final tally. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Second down and goal. Tannehill eluding and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. Dancing to his... And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Look at the big man rumble. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Boswell for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Steelers 14.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
On the ready.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your...
And got his man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Looking to throw again on second down. Tannehill. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. On the counter, it's Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Here's White. gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
On 2nd and 10, Roethlisberger. Washington's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check 43. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Greystone, travel. Back. You go check.
They stay on the ground with White. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Well, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Jarrell Casey, his 2nd sack of the night.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Henry. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Bud Dupree able to get him for a loss of about 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he locates Walker, complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14.
Ready, break.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, Tannehill. Open man is Davis. He's got it for the Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis there to make the grab as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Now Tannehill under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now a carry for White, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor, and he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now a 1st down throw. Tannehill going deep for Walker. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Titans on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33. And that play started back at their own 33. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw is Tannehill, and caught by Henry. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. On 4th down, Tannehill. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Tannehill forced out to his left. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. From 19 yards away. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So a big 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming for the Titans. He's got his man Sharp complete. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
There! Black 30!
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
They'll try the right side here with White. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts.
Here we go.
As it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go right back to White here on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
180!
Focus, defense, focus. Begin.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He connected on his first, this from 41. And this one is right through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Nashville, good night, everybody.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch how I flip.